This here is Vorticella. Vorticella. They are also known as so-called bell animalcules, small bell animals, but as a matter of fact, they are neither animals and they're also not plants, even though they seem to have characteristics of both. They are so-called protists or protozoans, and in this video I'd like to introduce them to you a little bit. Well, first of all, hi, hello and welcome. Microbehunter here. Today, again, a little bit of classical microbe hunting. I put a water sample under my microscope and I found these Vorticella here, and as a matter of fact, these protists are quite small. They are only made of one single cell, and they kind of look a little bit different than what we would expect cells to look like, because as you can see, they are growing on a so-called a stalk, and they're able, when they touch something, they're able to retract quite quickly. As a matter of fact, so fast that even my camera was not able to capture this rapid movement. As I already mentioned, Vorticella are neither plants nor animals. They have characteristics of both. I mean, they eat food. They are heterotrophs, just like animals, and they're sessile. It means they're attached to a surface just like plants. As a matter of fact, those protists, some of them indeed are able to share characteristics of multiple different organisms, and therefore they are a group on their own. Now, those Vorticella, they also of course have to reproduce, being living things, and that's quite interesting what they do, because they are essentially they divide in two. So what this is called budding. Unfortunately, I cannot show this to you because I did not find any Vorticella doing this under my microscope. But what happens is that this cell actually starts to grow a second one on the side, and this second one then detaches, it floats away and swims away, and then starts to grow a new stalk. However, when cell division like this happens, what we don't have is a mixing of DNA, and that's actually something that's really important as well. And so there is a second system also in place where two of these Vorticella, they can fuse together. This is called conjugation, and then when they fuse together, what they do is they exchange their genetic material, their DNA. And this way you can get more genetic variability, which is essentially the point of sexual reproduction. Well, and now let's look a little bit closer at the way that they feed. If you look very carefully, on the top part there is a ring of cilia. Cilia are microscopic little hair, and they're beating so quickly that you can actually almost not see their movement. And what these cilia do is they're moving the water around, and this way bacteria and other debris, which are basically parts of cells, are basically sucked into the mouth of the Vorticella this way, and then it's basically forms a food vacuole, and then it's digested inside the cell. And as a matter of fact, you can even see those food vacuoles forming, and then vesicles, they basically with digestive enzymes, they attach to this and break it down. But the interesting thing here is the way that the water moves, and you see that the water moves in these circular manner, and that's these are so-called vortices. And this actually gives Vorticella their name, because the microscopists many years ago, they immediately saw, wow, it's kind of interesting, those little creatures, they actually make the water move in a circle in vortices like this, and that's why they call it Vorticella. Well, Vorticella were discovered in the year 1676 by a guy called Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. He was the guy who invented the first really usable microscope, and he already saw those little Vorticella, and his microscope was not good enough yet to see the little cilia, the little hair. It kind of, to him, it looked like almost like horns that those little creatures have. So nowadays the microscopes are of course significantly better, and we can see many more details, and we can even see into the cell. You might now wonder, what use are those Vorticella? What purpose do they serve? Well, they are basically just like many other microscopic organisms. They are breaking down food, and they are keeping bacterial count low because they eat the bacteria. So they're part of the circle, the cycle, so to say, the nutrient cycle, where they're decomposing and breaking down nutrient substances and recycling them. So in that sense, they, just like many other microorganisms, play a very important role in cleaning up the water and the environment. So another interesting thing that I found out is that those Vorticella can also be used for controlling mosquito populations, because mosquito larvae, they grow in water, and what they found out, researchers found out, is that the Vorticella, when they are present, they can actually kill off those mosquito larvae, because there is a glue on the bottom of the stalk, and this basically which holds the Vorticella down and which kind of fixes them on the surface, and this glue can actually harm the mosquito larvae. And sometimes if there are too many Vorticella growing on the mosquito larvae, then this inhibits the movement of the mosquito larvae, and the mosquito larvae cannot float to the surface of the water to catch air. So actually this has been studied also to reduce malaria, because we know some mosquitoes are able to carry the malaria parasite. So as a natural form of pest control, it's I think quite interesting to see how they can also be used. Now, what do you do if you yourself would like to find some of these Vorticella? Well, of course, you want to put a water sample under the microscope. Just make sure that you're taking some solid material, because those Vorticella, they are connected to algae and to other solid material. And the water should not be too clean, because those Vorticella, they like to grow in water which is a little bit dirty, not too much, but a little bit, because it needs those bacteria to feed on. And if the water is too clean, of course, then the Vorticella also don't have enough food to eat. Well, I hope that this video gave you an interesting and small insight into this fascinating world of microorganisms and protists, and specifically these Vorticella here. If you like these videos, please do consider subscribing. Please also do look down into the description, because there are lots of interesting links that are included. I've got a microscopy web shop. I have also other microscopy channels which are a little bit more theoretical. So if you want to know more about the microscopes themselves, I have a channel for that as well. Yeah, lots of resources. My website, of course, an interesting forum where you can read up on interesting stuff. In any case, I wish you all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always. See you around next time. Bye bye.